Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of podcast on channel FlinkBK. I apologize so much for not being around recently. Life has one of those things that get in your way all the time, and unfortunately for adults, that's pretty much money and actually having to deal with real life adult stuff. But
Being an adult, yeah.
yeah, but some of the good things about that is that you get to go on holiday with your hard-earned money. And recently, Shinotama took a little bit of an excursion out to the States.
And it was good fun and very, very tiring getting back. I was really grateful to be managed to get upgraded on the plane. Like, not the seat that we ended up with, but just the plane itself. Like, going there kind of made me dread coming back more. I think we had a A330, like a 200 or something. Dual audio. You think that would sound cool? No, you had to like half hang your headphone jack into the port to get like stereo audio, and yeah, I think the only thing that made it any good was that I could see a little screen in front of me that told me how far I've got and how long I've got left. But coming back, I think it was the same A308, A330, 300 series, something like that. Anyway, it's lots of numbers and names and boring things for some people that don't know planes and whatever else. But no, it was cool. But apart from that, the actual holiday, very cool. Lots of stuff that we did. It rained once, which sucked, but that was quite cool. Yeah, we had a severe weather the warning storm notice come up on the TV. So I just watched Rick and Morty, and I just watched like Game of Thrones on HBO, complimentary, all that jazz you get in the executive suite. It's all good. And comes up on the TV, and like you get the the really like obnoxious nah, severe weather, do not go outside, danger. Like, okay, turned out we had about 3 inches of rain in 20 minutes. Yeah, there were fire trucks outside pumping water out of places and all sorts of crazy going on. But apart from that, it was good fun. We watched some guy punch in some car window, start kicking and smacking into a...
Fun.
Yeah. So somebody like slightly pushed into him at a light, and the guy was obviously sat there swearing at him and everything. And he was like, it's red, it's red. It's in red. And we're like, right, okay. And he starts trying to pull off, and the guy just cycles after him. After he started like punching all of his window in and everything like that, and it sounded like such a huge thud. And if he had any rings on though, he would have gone straight through his window. It was mental. Apart from that, everybody was really nice. You'd expect everybody to be like they are over here, and it's kind of like, oh no, I don't know whether it is whatever, or not bother to talk to you. But, in the restaurants and whatever else, even the ones where you knew that they were getting paid well and you didn't need to tip, or, people just genuinely just really, really nice and happy to help you. Usual thing happened like it happened when I went to Rome last time, though, where you turn up and they go, oh, yeah, well, you have to give us a deposit. Oh, what? Nothing told me I had to give a deposit anywhere, and kind of,
Deposit for what?
For the room. They're like, oh, sorry, if you just give us your credit card, and I'm like... Sorry, what? I don't have a credit card. Oh, well, that's all right. If you just give us $200, no, I need that to, kind of eat. And yeah, so the guy was like, all right, well, we can take $100 off of you instead. All right, sure. Oh yeah, anywhere in the world, you have to give a deposit over for the room. And I'm thinking, no,
nowhere in the UK.
No, in the UK you have to, and he was like,
most of Europe.
Yeah, most of Europe, except, again, Rome. That was 250 euros the guy wanted then. Yeah. And
that's Rome.
Yeah, I had only turned up with 400 euros for the week. So I had to go I had to go and withdraw it, and ended up with another £15 bill.
Charge, yeah.
But, yeah, I gave him the money, did that, went to the Hilton Hotel by the White House, which I'm glad I went the week I went because of... Have you seen this chicken thing that's been put up?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the irony would be, right, the chicken that they've put up to try and insult him, right? Okay. Now this is me not, being on the side of or against of. I'm, again, very neutral in this. Is actually for prosperity and wealth. It was meant to honor basically good and triumphant things in China.
Yeah.
It was at one of their events. So what they've basically done is gone, "Oh, well done, you're doing really well, and here, have a celebratory Chinese chicken." But no, none of that crazy stuff was there when we went. It was just wet. The rest of it was brilliant. The only day that it was really, really sunny was the day that we luckily picked to go to the Statue of Liberty. So that was
That's
really
good,
awesome. The day that I forgot to put any sun cream on, so I spent the rest of my holiday looking quite red-faced, so I had to wear my Ray-Bans in most pictures, so you couldn't see that I looked like a panda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't pleased. But it worked. And then, so did that, came back, went back to yours, did some bits and bobs. I got the Rick and Morty card game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
We went to the ThinkGeek store, which is a massive letdown. You'd think it would be, really good. It was alright if you want to buy a cool t-shirt. It's kind of like popping down to a bigger version of Game. Like the aisle that has like the XXL or the extra small t-shirts that you never want to buy in like the Zelda range or something like that. And you think, oh, right, cool. They're just generally just not really that much. I did see the Portal board game though. That was quite cool, but
that's pretty cool.
Not something that I couldn't pick up and bring back if I was to play board games more often though. So
yeah.
But the only thing I was making sure that I did get hold of was all of my flags. So I picked up those Annin flags. So that was quite cool. Hopefully when I move, I'll be able to decorate it and put it in a frame and put it on the wall and whatever else. But that's it, really. I'm just time-based, getting back to work and whatever else. And you've been up to some bits and bobs, I've heard.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, I apologise for my lack of streaming, but that has been down to what's going on with work right now. Most people who are in the industry know about GDPR. It's a big change to sort of the data protection rules, which is coming from the US. Mainly they started it and then Europe kind of went, hey, that's a good idea. So the European Union have kind of gone, hey, this is something that everyone needs to do. It got brought in 2016, and then there was like a 2-year adoption period, which pretty much no one took any notice of. But it means that by May 25th, 2018, everyone has to be compliant to these rules.
Yay!
So, yeah, lots of businesses are now suddenly going, oh, damn, we've got to get this going. And my company that I'm working for is not an exception to the rule. They're literally going, oh, we need to actually do something about this. So that means that we're having to upgrade all of our infrastructure, do new policies of everything. So I'm pretty much getting killed off by webinars every day, learning about new products that we can use at work. And it's nice that they've given me the responsibility to go and research all of this stuff, but it means that I am in meetings, either real ones or over the internet, pretty much all the time. So it's very hectic, as well as doing the work as normal. And then in my infinite wisdom, I decided to take on a second job as well. Because me and Laura are getting married next year. I wanted to get a little bit more money together so that it was easy for the wedding. We weren't scraping together and we could afford to do what we wanted. So I took on a second job, and now I have no spare time, which I didn't really think through. But sort of a good thing and a bad thing. My main job is now going, well, we need people to be on call at weekends. If we're doing any server installations or swap overs, they're going to be in downtime, which is like Saturday evening, Sundays. So they've basically said that we need to have a look at doing that. So it's an idea of when we're going to be able to do that sort of work. So I'm going to have to either stop working the second job, or I'm gonna have to work those in other times, and we'll just see how that works out. But at the moment, I'm sort of leaning towards quitting and basically just calling it a day. Job's not sort of awful. It's enjoyable in some areas, and there are some definite perks for it, but it's certainly not something I would want to do as my main job, and it's something that I wouldn't want to be doing like some of my colleagues there are, working that full time. It's
money's money though.
It is, but you get to that point once you've gone past how much money you make at that job, and at your main job you're making pretty much double what you're making an hour there.
Oh yeah, well then that's kind of pointless, then,
Yeah.
isn't it? Really. So I mean, I'm after more money because I'm looking for a adulting. I'm looking for a house. So that's always fun. Yeah. So it's just you find what you want to do and whatever else, and it's one of those things. It's you cut back on your holidays and whatever else. Admittedly, I don't really do the holidays. That's why I've got to do that, and then you go and spend money on cars and whatever else. Like I have to. Yeah. Oh God, I keep thinking about it. I keep trying to forget it. I've got to get my cam belt done.
Why?
Oh, 8-year service on my car. So it's like, yeah, my savings going really well. Oh, by the way, now you got to get your cam belt service done. God damn it. So
yeah, that kind of happens with cars.
Yeah, but it's never happened so far. I mean, the worst, what was my MOT every year was what? Buy a pair of shoes. That was quite literally it. Now it's like,
but you've now got a car. This is part of adulting. I mean, this is the thing, is that cars are expensive things, and people go, oh, no, they're not. And it's like, well, actually, yes, they are. It's just if you look after them properly, they cost money. And then there are some people that don't look after them. They die and just go buy another car, which is kind of bad in my eyes, because being a car guy, I don't like any car being sort of killed off. Except the Fiat Multipla, which can go die in hell. But
oh, that was the what was it, Nissan Micra or something? I posted that tweet about how I think I need to go find it. It was how every single time you're on the motorway, it always seems to be. Hang on, where is it? Yeah, why is it literally every time I'm on the motorway, there's a goddamn Nissan Micra swerving or blocking? Hashtag I'm not driving, hashtag passenger tweeting, because my partner was the one driving, obviously. And it's like every goddamn time. When I came back from yours, Nissan Micra, go past it in the middle lane, Nissan Micra in the middle lane. I'm like, where the hell did you come from?
They're very sort of cheap cars to get, and they're not that bad on insurance for young drivers.
Every single one has got a smashed bumper though.
Yes, because most people aren't able to drive them properly. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point. Nissan Micras are bad, but the new one doesn't actually look too bad, to be fair.
Hashtag other awful cars are available.
Yeah, hashtag other cars are available, yeah.
Awful
Talking
cars.
about other cars and stuff like that, I've just picked up a new one. It's a new addition to the family.
Would you call it a car, though?
It's, well, actually, let me tell you a bit. Let you have some knowledge from my brain.
It looks like a James Bond daddy wagon.
Pause for a moment. Let me bestow some knowledge. In Japan, they had a gap in the market between a car and a van. They didn't have anything like that. They had a lot of people that were working jobs where they were delivering things in cars, and but they needed sort of the space that a van provided, but you weren't able to get vans of that size.
So you bought a tuk-tuk.
Shut up. Let me finish this. Right. Anyway, the Japanese market came up with the Delica, which they decided to call it that because from the English words delivery car, and they shortened it to Delica. Now, the variant I bought is a L300 Star Wagon, is the what it says on the manual anyway, and yeah, I'm going to try and turn it into a camper. There are a lot of people that have done camper conversions on it, and it's basically so that Laura and I can go off on holidays when we want to, and it won't cost that much. And also, if we go to events and stuff, we have the ability to transport all the kit without having to try and Tetris it into the back of the coupe, which kind of was very hard to get it into the coupe for the last J-Series event. So yeah, basically that's what I've got. It's very nice. Unfortunately, it wasn't very clean inside when we got it, so it kind of smells like ass. But Laura and I have tried our best to clean it so far, and I think I'm just gonna have to admit defeat and get a valet and just.
I shit you not, right? Okay, I had this issue, so I come back and for some reason, it smelled like a tramp had died in here. So, as lovely as this can sound, right, for people, I adulted again, and I learned how to get rid of it. So, Dr. Beckman, yeah? Dr. Beckman,
Yeah.
and Vanish stain carpet remover. Boom. And I used some of that shake and vac. Man, I went to town.
Okay.
The fact that I had to sit here with a 3M respirator, looking like my PlayerUnknown Battleground character for 2 hours, but I did it. Boom. No smell.
What,
So-
in your room or in your car?
In my room, not my car. But the point is that it will sort it out. It might make it a little bit brighter than what it is, but no smell. Yeah.
Okay, so what were those items again?
Dr. Beckman carpet cleaner with additional brush.
Okay.
Vanish stain carpet remover thing. Carpet remover. It doesn't actually remove the carpet. That would be a bit weird. And just shake and vac.
Okay.
As sad as this can sound. Why are
Well,
we
okay,
Why are
well,
we
I'll
talking
have
about
to try
carpet
it.
cleaning?
Well, we're talking about cars. We're talking about adulting. This is part of adulting, guys. You know your mum got like really pissed off with you when you spilt that Coke in your room. She had to use all of these products to go clean it.
No, I
There you
did.
go.
I one up you.
Learn.
I spilt Cherryade
Oh,
on
God.
a grey carpet.
Oh, that must have looked like blood then.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's alright. I've had one where I know somebody that had a white carpet and they had a Indian and they weren't very well. Between them, they ended up with food poisoning, and it looked like that scene from the Bottom film. You know, the Guest House Paradiso?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like neon yellow. So,
That's awful.
it was quite funny. It was just like how, it was like, oh, I got a white carpet. All right, yeah, sure. That sounds like it's a really good idea. Give it a couple of years and then that happens and it's like... but don't worry, I'm sure that Dr. Beckman thing would have worked. But yeah, no, definitely get that and a respirator. You've got a respirator though, haven't you?
I do have a respirator.
Yeah, you'd have to use that. I've got like the organic vapor and natural, not non-natural vapor one. So I was sat here with Jack and Speedy using this mic because I've upgraded obviously to the blue mic myself as
My
well.
Blue Yeti.
Yay! Thank you, Charlotte. And my birthday present. I did take her to Tiffany's though, to be fair.
Yeah.
And I sat there like, and all you hear is, go left, keep going, what? And they're like, what the hell, what? And then I showed them a text of me, this is the reason why you can't hear me properly, because I'm sat here kind of having no real choice. I could either leave my room for 2 hours and sit playing iOS games, or just deal with it and have to deal with the burning eyes. I could have put my Breaking Bad one on. Yeah, I've got my Breaking Bad one though. I could always put that one on. In hindsight, I should have done that really. Well, I got the choice. That's the great thing about being an adult and having expendable money in Amazon credit.
Yeah, you with all of your expendable money, because you don't have to buy or pay for any like house at the moment.
You're having a laugh. Expendable money. Everything.
You had.
Everything is going into it now.
I know. You used to.
Oh, I still have a little bit every now and then, but I still got my Amazon credit. That's the... What did you order? I don't know. Left-handed can opener. But you're right-handed. I know, but it looked cool. That kind of thing.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I'm sat here looking at like all the holiday stuff that I never bothered to take with me. Little things like that I thought, oh, right, I've left my travel towel at home. Crap like that I'd bought thinking I'd need it and never took it.
Didn't need it.
Talking about traveling and taking things, I realised that I left my body armour panel in my backpack.
Oh, what? When you went over there?
Yeah. So I managed to get all the way there and all the way back. Nothing illegal because it's just plain Kevlar. There's lots of products that are made out of Kevlar, but it would have been a bit weird, if they searched my bag and gone.
Yeah.
So
why have you got a Kevlar plate in this?
Yeah. Why have you got a Kevlar panel in your backpack? Well, traveling and bearing in mind half the names that the TSA were looking for on their list that I accidentally saw when I turned around to look at Charlotte as she was getting searched. It was like, yeah, I wonder why. Oh, wow. But no, it was brilliant. And it's cool. And you can go on your little holidays and you're camping with your Delica, isn't it?
It is, yeah, Mitsubishi Delica. So that's actually one of the things. We're planning on going to quite a few events in the not too distant future. The closest one being the National Airsoft event. It's held by a company called 01. They have a couple of airsoft stores, and they run the site that the event takes place at, called Ground Zero. It's a pretty cool site. It's a nice game. It's a long game. It's different from most sites. I frequent Warminster most of the time, and that's sort of very short stop-start games, maybe an hour at the most. But they're very much paintball-esque. But the sort of Ground Zero game plans are more like you go out, you follow the game plan, you set yourself up where you think you need to be for the next objective. You can ambush people, you can sit and camp somewhere for the whole day if you want to. It's really up to you of how you play. So for that, I really enjoy that, but there are some times where you just want to turn up and shoot stuff, and the Warminster gives you that turn up, shoot stuff, because there's people literally all around you. So that makes it.
We met each other obviously at the National Airsoft event, didn't we? So
we did. That was what, 2007, 2008, something like that.
Very long time ago now. Good fun though.
Yeah.
Very good fun.
Nearly 10 years ago. So.
Oh wow. Oh God,
yeah,
I feel old. But then again, I can kind of remember half that weekend, the amount of gin or whiskey that I drank.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah. Well, this time, at least I'm not going to have to go sleep in a tent with lots of other people. So this time...
I took my own tent.
I did take my own tent, but I let other people stay in it, so it wasn't as private as it was.
I took my own tent and had to sleep in the same tent as Luke.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we're talking like, nearly 6'10" Luke.
Yeah, I remember Luke.
He was like, I've got an airbed. Brilliant. It's like most of the size of the room, of the sleeping area though, Luke. He's like, oh well, brilliant. I guess I'll just sleep up against the wall in my own tent.
Yeah.
But that
not great.
I remember that. I just remembered that. It was Darty, wasn't it? The one who dressed up as the monkey that evening. That's where he got his nickname from now. Mm-hmm. And we had all the cigar smoke, and we had the green lasers, and everybody had the strobe torches.
Yeah.
So we were party central in our 8-man or 8 kind of dome tent. It was brilliant. All the ranges.
Well, this year I'm hopefully going to camp with the GCCF. They've kind of let me go with them this year.
That's Rampage and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, Rampage, Tyler. So you guys know them as Rampage, that pesky fox, that sort of thing. They frequent the channel, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice to go over there and sort of hang out. And although my lovely partner Laura is not coming along this year, I'm hoping that she'll be coming along next year. But it's at least will give me a little bit of a break from working all the time, which will be nice. That's be first proper weekend off for a long time.
It'll be cool though. I mean, what's the ticket prices like if you just want to camp?
I think it's like £10 a night for the camping tickets.
That's really not bad though, is it?
True. Yeah, not too bad.
Well, there we go. So
that's one of the events that we're going to. I think we're going to try and go to JAE, which is like a Japanese vehicle thing. That's near the end of September, so that will depend entirely on money and if I'm working. And then the next big event I'm planning to go to is probably the next J series, to be fair.
Oh, the LAN, yeah.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, we need to actually start getting information out about that and tickets and whatever else, maybe.
Yeah, well, I think there's like a meeting at some point, isn't there? So we've got to have a look at that and see when that actually is. But yeah, I mean, that would be good. I mean, it'll be good to get back into some gaming. I mean, at the moment, I'm in that phase where I have no energy to do any gaming, so I just don't turn my computer on because I just can't deal with it.
That's why I've been playing Terraria really at the moment. It's been good fun, and I wouldn't mind if anybody wants to join and ask to play games and whatever else. So
yeah. But
the only thing that's happened that's changed really since you've stopped is PlayerUnknown has now released paid open crates.
Oh, okay. So how do it work then?
So a bit like the CS:GO kind of raffle kind of crates that you get. So you can, unlike where you just win them randomly as you're playing a game, obviously where you saved up your points before, they've massively rekeyed the amount of money that you get when you do stuff now. Not money, sorry, points. So whereas before you'd be like, oh yeah, I have 600 points, yeah. And no, now you get like 70. And I think you can start out and you see something like 1,200 or 1,400 points, and then you can get one of these crates. And in these crates, you can pay $2 and you can open said crate, or $2.50. I know I really should have got these facts. I just did it for a couple of these things, but the people that opened them that were able to sell them, because they didn't have restrictions on their account because they lent their VR units to somebody, managed to make, upwards of 300 quid for skirts. Yeah. £300 for skirts. I mean, like,
That's ridiculous.
What this round of crates was, the idea was that the prize pot was being used for Gamescom, so that when they do like a competition, they can give away this, the money towards it. This is where they're raising it all from. And all the clothes are based on Battle Royale. So you've got like the instructor with like the orange top. She's saying how the game works and stuff. She's got like the little hat, the orange top, and the hot pants. There's the teacher's tracksuit. There's the yellow tracksuit from the girl that does the running. There's the schoolboy stuff with the jackets as well, and a few other little bits and bobs. But mainly, like you can tell that it's quite orientated to people wanting to purchase the skirts and things, because the skirts, like I say, are going for like a couple of £100. School trousers are going for like £3. So yeah, people aren't really that bothered about some of the items and just going absolutely mental, batshit crazy for some of the others. But mainly, yeah, it's not as cool like we're on CSGO. Obviously, it can be built on, when you if you've ever had the opportunity to do it, where you click it, you open it, and it rotates around, and you're like, oh, I missed it. This literally just says, and here's your crap item. Oh, okay. So I've got like 3 pairs of school trousers, 3 slacks, 2 tracksuits, and just general crap, really, which is a bit of a shame. But they might sell, they might not. But I've done it. I took the risk, and it paid off with the CS:GO stuff before with the knife. But some people are really annoyed about it. Some people aren't. There's always free crates in the game, though. Still, you can go for the cheaper ones, which are going to be changed. So there'll be items that will be free and normal items like the ones you can have at the moment. But there are obviously paid exclusives, which do make sense if it's going towards esports competitions, because they've just got sponsorship from the ESL. So when you're playing the game, you actually see on the side of some of the buildings, besides the really dodgy looking Pringle man, they actually have got some of the team logos, and they have got the ESL logo sprayed up some of the sides. So it does take away from the realism a tiny bit, but technically you wouldn't have this weird kind of blue death shield thing trying to kill you though either. But it's a good idea. I like it. For the price of what it is, okay, some people don't want to do it. You don't have to. It's completely voluntary. But if you want your character to look like that, you can either take the gamble and you win, and you could sell these items for hundreds of pounds. I did that CSGO knife for $450. Or you crap out and then you end up with a rubbish item, or you just buy the item. Now that it's being flooded, you could buy stuff that was like £60 for like 2, 3, something like that. So. But it's just different games. Like I say, I'm playing that still. I'm enjoying that. I'm probably going to do that Tuesday again, like normal. Last time I played Terraria, which was good fun. I think
I do like Terraria.
Reva's been playing Escape from Tarkov.
What's that?
It's another survival game. So it's yet again another pick up items, shoot things. He did explain it really, really well in the last stream. Which was quite cool, and you got like scavengers and normal players, and you can like flip sides and who you want to be, and you could either be a player and collect all your stuff and go around and survive and keep it all, or you could just log in as a scavenger, a randomly generated health issue with some items, and go and try and hunt players. So you could either run that risk of trying to get your stuff and keeping it and playing it for the long time, or you can just log in and go, do you know what, actually I just fancy being like the bad guy for a bit and go off and mess someone's day up. So it looks very, very good if you have a decent graphics card. It doesn't look like it's going to be very good if you have a crap one. But then most games look like that, but this genuinely does look very, very pretty. But I think it's designed to look like a game that you would need to put some money into to kind of get the best effect out of it. But there we go. Apart from that, no other games really have happened. I'm waiting for a couple of films to be coming out soon. But no, don't know really. There's just nothing on the horizon that I know of. I've completely kind of fallen and not really playing Crash Bandicoot, which is a shame. I play it every now and then, but still haven't pushed to play it. I kind of play it only really when Charlotte comes around, just because it's fun, but that's about it really. You need to, obviously, when you get the time between your 2 jobs and your shiny new dad wagon to come on and whatever else, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I will be back on soon. It's just that I've been... Yeah, I don't know if you've ever worked so much where you get home, you're just like, I need to veg. I can't even... That sort of level of just like, nope.
Oh yeah, I've got to that point. I come home and sleep for half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken to coming home, sleeping, waking back up and thinking, right, I've got another mini day. So I kind of have a work day, a sleep, and then wake up and, right, oh cool, I've got an evening of, or a very small day of doing stuff where I get up and then I wander about, go eat, do whatever else I need to do, and then go sleep much later on. But because I've only been asleep for that half an hour, 40 minutes or whatever, I've got longer and it's much better, and it feels like it's a separate mini day. So I don't feel like I've been to work all day and then I'm like the Left 4 Dead zombies. But it's cool. But yes, adulting and driving, it's so much.
Yeah, no, it does. It costs money to be an adult, and now once you become an adult, you realise how much your parents actually gave to you to get to where you are. I would give quite a lot to go back to being able to play Eve every evening for like 12 hours straight.
Oh, I wish I could go back and then realise, actually, I should have saved this much.
Yeah, true.
This time ago.
Actually, quick question before we wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
£20 million or go back to the beginning of school with everything you now know?
£20 million. Straight up. £20 million, because I wouldn't have the people and the experiences of what I have had, which is worth more than, unfortunately, having to be able to go and do it all over again.
Yeah, I suppose. But then obviously you could go through life preparing yourself for those eventualities.
Yes, but then you'd be worried, and then you'd spend most of the time going, oh, actually, damn, when was it that I met this person? And, what was the reputation that I built up from it? And you just wouldn't be the same person. If you were as smart as what you are now, or as dumb as you are for some people, you might not end up in the same social circles. You might not end up with the same experiences. You might not end up with the same job. And, my old job enabled me to obviously do more photography, which enabled me to meet different people. Because it's weird, because obviously because I got that random job, I'd gone with my boss to go to an event. I'd met somebody. From that person, I met somebody that was in charge of that modeling agency. And then... yeah. Through that, I'd gone through that way, and then that I'd ended up meeting, obviously, Charlotte. It's those really weird kind of things, or it's like, when you meet people on the internet just randomly and they become your friend or whatever, it's like, okay, do you know what? I really fancy playing this game today, or I'm going to go on this social, chat thing or whatever. And then if you didn't do it, or you didn't go into that, there's so many variables that you'd have to try and remember. No, definitely 20 million. Unfortunately, 16.5 million of that would have to go towards a Black Hawk.
Well, on that note, now we know which way Shinotama would go. But thank you very much, guys, for listening to us. I know it is a load of ramblings for the most part, but we are going to be getting you some more sort of solid info about things. I'm going to be starting a YouTube series of the camper conversion for the Delica, so you can watch me on that. And then we're also going to be coming back with doing a lot more of the camping, not camping stuff, gaming stuff, doing streaming in the evenings and all of that. So keep your eyes peeled, and we will be putting everything up.
We will get
too different.
An actual structure to these podcasts.
We will do. We'll get everything sort of better than we have now. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for listening, and we'll catch you all next time.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.